In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make 3 delicious, hearty winter soups that are super flavorful, well-balanced, and very easy to make. All of these recipes are completely dairy-free, they're packed with plant-based protein, and they're meal prep friendly. So I hope you guys enjoy these winter soup recipes, and let's go ahead and get started. With one of my all-time favorite soups. This is a loaded baked potato soup. It has everything that you love about the flavor of a baked potato, but it's in a cozy, comforting bowl of soup, and it has not one, but 2 forms of plant-based protein. The first is some tempeh bacon, and this is going to be a crispy topping that goes on top of the soup. So I cooked that first just to kind of crisp it up, and this is also going to infuse the soup with lots of flavor. Then I'm going to saute some onions and garlic, and I'm scraping up those little caramelized bits of vegan bacon as I go. Again, that is going to infuse this soup with a slightly smoky flavor that is just so delicious. Once you cook down the onions for about 5 minutes, you can go ahead and add your garlic. I love this garlic press. I mention it all the time. And then we're going to make a roux with a little bit of vegan butter and flour. This will help to thicken the soup and make it the perfect consistency. And once that is all mixed together, we're going to go ahead and add in our veggie broth and our potatoes. I'm using russet potatoes for this, as well as our second form of plant-based protein, which is white beans. Once the potatoes are tender, I'm just going to go ahead and blend until smooth, and then we will make this super flavorful with a can of coconut milk and a little bit of salsa verde, as well as some vegan cheese. I learned the hack of adding salsa verde to pretty much any cheesy dish from Half Baked Harvest. She does this in so many of her recipes, and it's such a quick and easy way to add lots of flavor to a meal, especially a soup like this. And then just like a baked potato, it's all about the toppings. I like to do vegan sour cream, lots of those tempeh bacon bits, a little bit of hot sauce, and then fresh scallions. This combination, I'm telling you, is out of this world, and it really does taste like a baked potato. It's the kind of thing you just gotta taste to believe, but I'm telling you, you are gonna love it. Texture is a really big deal when it comes to pureed soups like this one, and I love that you get a little bit of more substance when you add that crumbly, crispy bacon on top. I also serve this with lots of good bread for dipping. I think sourdough, if you're a sourdough fan, that would be perfect. Just dip it as you go, and it is seriously so delicious. I really think you're gonna love this recipe. Up next, we have an absolutely delicious tortellini soup. This is a sun-dried tomato tortellini soup with kale and sausage, and I'm telling you, this is hearty. It is comforting. It is packed with flavor. The broth in and of itself, like I could just drink it. It's so good. And I really think you guys are going to like this one too. So let me show you how to make it. We're adding flavor straight out of the gate by using some of the olive oil from a jar of sun-dried tomatoes instead of just regular olive oil. Already, this is going to infuse this soup with lots of flavor. And I'm going to use this to basically just crisp up our vegan sausages. On this day, I use the ones from Field Roast, and they work really well in this soup. While that cooks, I'm going to go ahead and dice up some onion and some celery into small little pieces, and I'm going to add that into the pot. And you really want to cook this down. That really is the secret to a delicious and flavorful soup. You want to saute the aromatics until they cook down and become tender. It will just create such a delicious base from which we can build. Then I'm going to add in some sun-dried tomatoes, a can of chickpeas, as well as some vegan chicken broth, or you can use veggie broth, and some coconut milk. The final step is to add your pasta, and I love adding tortellini. These are cheese-filled pastas that cook super quickly. I use the vegan ones from Kite Hill, and they just make this soup like next level delicious and super hearty and filling too. After they are cooked, which again only takes a couple of minutes, I'm going to add the finishing touch, which is lots of fresh kale. And I love how you get greens and beans and sausage and pasta and sun-dried tomatoes and so much deliciousness all in one soup. This is a great soup to make for anyone who doesn't think that soup can be a meal, because it's truly hearty. You've got your beans, your greens, your sausage, your tortellini, and the broth itself is infused with that sun-dried tomato and garlic and onions. It's so tasty, and I think anybody would love it. Like I said, this is the soup to serve someone who doesn't think that soup can be a meal, because you've got your veggies, you've got your protein, you've got your pasta that's like cheese-filled pasta, and it is so hearty and flavorful. This is like that comforting meal that you want to come home to at the end of a long day, especially right now in the winter time. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. But I did save my favorite for last, and this is a carrot ginger soup. But before you kind of roll your eyes and think that carrot ginger soup sounds boring, this soup is a recipe that I've been making for years, and I've kind of tweaked and perfected over the years. And I think the thing that is so good about it is it just has so many layers of flavor. It's easy to make, but it really builds the flavor as you're cooking it, and it just becomes something that is so special, so unique, and just absolutely delicious. This is a great way to eat carrots if you don't love eating carrots, especially cooked carrots. The flavor in this soup is truly delicious and you get so many great vitamins. I'm going to start by sauteing some onions, carrots, and ginger. Already your kitchen is going to smell incredible as soon as the ginger and onions hit the pan. And I'm going to, again, saute this until the aromatics really break down. They become soft, about 10, even 15 minutes. It's kind of like the longer you do this, the better. You don't want the onions to brown necessarily, but the more you cook down your aromatic, the more flavorful your soup will be. Then we're going to season this with salt, pepper, and ground coriander. And then here come all the flavor boosters. We're just going to chuck in a little bit of soy sauce, some apple cider vinegar, and maple. This creates a really great depth of flavor and helps to balance out the flavor of the carrots and the ginger. And then we're going to make this nice and creamy with a can of coconut milk as well as some veggie broth. And then here comes a secret ingredient, but it really does add so much depth and just something interesting to this soup. And it is a little bit of almond butter. Strange, I know, but I'm telling you, it makes this soup so delicious. Once boiling, you can go ahead and puree until smooth, and look how gorgeous and silky this becomes. I cannot get enough of this soup and this beautiful golden color. It just makes me feel so good when I have this, and I love topping it with a little bit of vegan yogurt or sour cream and then crispy croutons. I'll put a recipe in the description box below on how to make crispy croutons. If you've never made them at home, they're great on pureed soups like this because they really soak up the soup and create a really nice texture. I can't wait for you to try this one. And if you remember from a recent video, I have been stocking my freezer with all kinds of meal prep friendly recipes, including this soup. I'm actually going to make another batch of this one this weekend so that I can replenish my stock because I have dipped into my stash a little bit because I really love this one. But all three of these soups freeze really well, especially the pureed ones. I find that if you just wait and put the toppings on after you heat it up and serve, they really just freeze and reheat like a dream. And it is so cozy, especially in the winter time, to just be able to pull this out of your freezer when you have nothing to make for lunch or you just want an easy, cozy dinner. This ready and waiting for you is truly such a treat. So definitely consider it for your meal prep. So I would love to know which one of these soup recipes you're excited to try first. Comment below and let me know. And remember, all of the recipes you saw in this video are in the description box below, or you can always find them on my blog, nikkivegan.com. I really hope you guys enjoy these soups. I seriously love them all, so I'm so excited for you to try them. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.